Okay, so we're talking about the couple licks in My Maria, and the first one is really just a couple notes, right? You hear the slide into the G sharp, and then up to the E, and then the low E, right? I mean, that's all we have on the first one, and then
Right.
the second one's a little longer, right? As I recall. Okay, um,
Yep.
and what's the timing of those notes? What beats are they on?
Um, well, let's see. I can work backwards. I think they are on the 3 and 4 of the. It's like a pickup.
Okay, it's definitely a pickup, and
Yeah.
when you get here, where are you?
Well, back to the E. You're on the one of the measure.
Right. Okay. So that E in the bass, we've got two notes before the E,
Yeah.
and then the E is one.
Yeah. And then here.
Yeah. And really, what we so then are those pickup notes? What's the timing of them? Are they quarter notes, half notes, eighth notes? Like
They
what?
are they are eighth notes.
So the first one is then on what beat?
They're what?
The first one then is hit on what beat?
Be hit on 4.
Right. Okay. So it's really good that you got to know how to like count into this song. Like if you're gonna play, if we're gonna, especially if we're gonna play this together, but even not, it's like you want to know that you're gonna think 1, 2, 3, 4, and one.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Um, and then we hear a strum on the E chord, like on two. That's not really too important. Actually, it's not on two. It's like I don't think it happens as early as two. Oh, maybe it is. Yeah, because it's only two beats of that E chord,
Yeah.
right? So we got to be on the B chord by three,
Yeah.
right? And does the B happen then on a beat or on an and? Do we hit that B as a down or an up?
We hit that B on a down.
Right. So all we have time for on the E chord is the bass note on one, a strum
Right.
on two, and then on
Right.
three we got to be on that B,
Right.
right? Um, the other thing I think I heard, ah, right? It's like I want to wait there. You only have two beats, right? So it's got to be this, and then you got to get to that B chord right there.
Right.
I think I hear that low E though still ringing when it goes to the B. Like this, we kind of hear a B chord, but we don't hear like a B in the bass. I don't think. I'll have to go back and listen again. But what in the lesson did I talk about? It's still better to play like a full B chord. There is what I'm getting.
Yeah. In the lesson, you talk about how the B chord, it's almost like a power chord.
Right. We only hear like two or three strings.
Yeah, you're right there.
And what really jumped out at me just listening to it a second ago was not so much the fifth string, but it's more the fourth and third strings,
Yeah.
and then kind of the same two strings on the A chord.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of. Now, when does the A get hit? Is it on a beat or on an and, or when does it happen?
It's the A is also, I believe, on the. I think the A is on the one, but it's 4 counts. It's
Four
four.
beats. Okay, so that would sound like this. I'm going to slow it down, so it's not going to sound too much like the album, but I want, but if I put that A right on one, we'd have something like this: 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's on the and of 4.
Yeah, so that's what makes this so catchy. Is that A chord is syncopated? It comes in on four. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and one. It's on the up in the same measure, in measure one. On the and of four,
The and of 4, which is, yeah, in the same measure, and then okay.
yeah. And I think what we want to hear there is usually when you have that type of syncopation, we've seen this in some other songs, when you've got a big accent, a beat before like a measure, or a half a beat before a strong beat, like in this case, before one.
Yeah.
Uh, you generally you don't play anything on one. It's like you let that note ring over beat one, but here we might want to hit the bass note on one. So in slow motion, we might want to hear this. I caught the A on the up, and then I hit the A in the bass right
Yeah.
on one.
Right.
Or nothing on one. Now, as when we hear the studio versions of these, there's a lot of stuff going on, and when we reduce it to one guitar, because like there would be a bass note on at least the electric bass coming in on that beat one, even though the guitar pounded this chord on the up just before it.
Right.
So we sometimes have to kind of make a hybrid version of what we're hearing there,
Yeah.
reduce it to just one acoustic guitar.
Right. 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 Okay. Um, and so we're um, okay, but that okay. Back to just getting started here. Is that on a? Is that a down? Is
Well, what
the?
did we decide those notes were, timing wise?
Yeah, that's okay. So if that is no, that has to be on a. Yeah, that has to be on. Yeah, that's the and of four. Or
Right,
the
right. Yeah,
yeah.
that's got to be an up.
Whoa. Yeah. And then we're
Yeah,
right.
yeah, and um, you're having a little trouble getting to that B chord. You're not quite committing to getting this finger far enough up to the fourth fret. Yeah, yeah. Go back to an E for a minute. Let me see something. Put an E chord on.
Yeah.
Okay, and notice where your thumb is. Your left thumb. It's right about behind the first fret.
Yep.
It's got to move at least to the second fret to get to a B chord. You can't reach it from where you. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You have to commit to a bigger position change, and then the A chord is not really a position change, right? Because you're playing the A with one finger, but now your thumb has to get back for the E.
Right. But for the A, I do
Yeah, yeah, perfect.
here, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 And then
Okay.
really pay more attention to your third finger with that. Get it a little closer to the fret.
Yeah.
There,
Oh,
that much. Yeah,
well, okay. Yeah, yeah.
that like couple of millimeters there is really big when you go to a B chord. You gotta really. So that should even be almost more what you're looking at is the fourth fret, not the second. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. You could hear that was coming out. That was usually pretty fuzzy. Those notes. You were getting the bass note okay, but the high ones were not coming out clear.
Okay. Okay. So looking at the fourth fret, that'll help. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that was great. Okay, because you just did what I was going to mention.
Okay.
Now, as you do that, account for every stroke. Like when you get to so on the E chord, you're going to hit a bass on one, and then a
Right.
strum on two. So that the E chord really has two clean hits, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
That's coming out. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I don't need to. I guess that's less important apparently than well.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Well, we were trying to, we're focusing on those.
Right. Those notes are the most important ones on that B chord, the middle two strings. Yeah.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
just the middle strings on the A chord.
Yeah. So keep everything really focused on the middle couple strings.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
don't forget on the E chord, start the E always with a bass note and then a strum. Perfect. So at the same speed now, try to get bom dum bom. Those the two notes leading into that bass note, the slide, the G sharp. Oh, you know what? Practice this first without sliding to that note. Just hit the G sharp clean to get the timing. It's we got to get your right hand getting this all in time first,
Right.
and don't let the slide become a little bit of an obstacle. You can practice the slide separately.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's, it's going to follow on there. Okay.
Yeah. The second one, yeah. Had don't worry about getting to the E chord as you're hitting that low E in the bass. Like, just play those three notes, bum bum bum. You got a whole extra beat to get the chord on.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you'll worry about the chord. Yeah.
Oh,
Try it a little slower because you've put in an extra beat there. Or listen to what that's going to sound like. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You know, when you hit that low E in the bass, it's the same E that you've been hitting as the first beat of the E chord.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and let's not try to connect a second time yet. In other words,
Okay.
so um,
Okay. Okay.
do a couple more of those. Then we'll. Yeah. Um, yeah. Okay. Um, now try it with the slide. This might be a little premature, but the slide from the second fret.
Okay.
You know, this could mess it up a little bit. But so even just practicing that slide, counting your way to a slide to and don't even play the next note. Like, you know, because just getting a good sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just getting that little zip slide on beat 4.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
2, 3. Oh,
Yeah. There's always something to, yeah.
I'm hitting this, but I'm actually hitting it. Am I hitting it when I'm sliding, or am I hitting it when I get there?
No, when you're sliding. So you're
Okay.
moving when you hit it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And then hit the E in the bass after that. And then the low E. Yeah. So nice. Okay, so there's a lot of little things to put together here, and you can see we can kind of like isolate them to one or two things at a time, and then you
Right,
put like six of them together to make it all work.
right, right.
So, um, but anyhow, uh, okay, let me listen again. Or do you have? So the second lick is longer, right? It's not the same one. Do
No,
you,
it's not the same one. No.
oh, because it has to start on an A. Since we're on the A chord, I'm betting the first note of the second lick might be an open fifth string. Um, but let me, you know what? I probably have tab to this
You
still.
do. Yeah, there's a whole tab to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually, let me
there it is. My Maria tab. Oh, so what I put in the tab is not a strum on the E chord. Are you looking at the tab?
yeah, I am
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I've just got to, and so this was like trying to be very literal again for what we hear on the record, but it does show that we get to the E in the bass on beat one. It shows not a strum on the E chord, but just dead on the E chord, more percussive, right?
Yep.
But I would strum the E chord there for since again it's only one guitar. But then it shows the B chord on three and the A chord on the and of four,
Right.
and then there is the longer lick, right? That does start with an A, right? Right. So the third measure is the same. I didn't put the chords over that, but you can see. But it's the same thing. It's E to A, E to B to A, right?
Yeah.
Um, and okay, but now looking at the second lick,
The third measure. Yeah.
yeah, we count that as the second measure,
Okay, because the other one's just a pickup.
right? So we got a zero measure, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, good zero. Yeah.
Okay,
Got it.
so actually, all you have time for on that A chord is the up on the and of four at the end of measure one,
Yeah.
and then another up on the and of one. So basically, you only have time for two ups.
Yeah.
See that? And then we have to start the second lick that is longer. Da 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 dum.
Okay. Let's see. What what finger am I
So
slide with?
you're gonna do the same finger, your third finger.
Third finger.
So you're gonna reach back, yeah.
Okay.
I was a little bit inconsistent here because I wrote the first slide as not having a starting point, and the next slide as going cleanly from like two to three. See that?
Right. Yeah, I do.
They're pretty much going to sound the same. It's not that big a deal. It's the same string. It's the fourth string for the second note. So when you do that slide on the fifth string,
Yep. Oh, it's here. Yeah. Okay. I
right?
see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Now there's a note before that. That A, the A, there's the open fifth string is a part of this lick. Right.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, we okay, the up on one, then there's a quarter note there, and then the
That's
slide.
not a quarter note. That A is what? The open A that you play by itself.
Oh, it's an eighth note.
And what beat does it happen on?
Okay. Let's see that. The and of two.
Yeah. Okay. So you basically have three consecutive ups there, going back to the and of four, and then the and of one, and then the open A is the next up on the and of two. See that?
Yeah.
And then that slide is right on it down, just like the earlier slide was. Then the next note is going to be another up, because that's just the eighth, right?
Right.
And then while that E, then leave your finger there, your first finger there, because you're going to play that note again after you reach down for the G in the bass here. And to get that with your second finger, so that your hand, yeah, because see, it's sitting like right there. You just slid your third finger to the fourth fret,
Right.
right? So and then you hit that G and pull it a little bit, right? That's what that's saying is bend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I leaving this here?
No, not your third finger. Just your first finger. Yeah. And then you catch then get the G out of there while you hit the E, the fourth string on the last up. Yeah. And then you're back into the E and the bass at the beginning of the next measure. Yeah.
Okay. 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 So we're coming out of oop,
Third finger for this, yeah. Yeah.
is that right?
And then you're into the E chord now again. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Does that all make sense?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Um, it'd be really good. Let me play it since we got this recording going here. Let me play it a few times really slowly so you can hear. So you might even be able to practice along with this. Okay.
Okay.
So of course, we just heard it like this, right? Okay, we're not ready for that. Okay, just at that speed yet. But at a more reasonable speed, 1, 2, 3. Even slower. So right there, I was really just cycling through measures 2 and 3.
Yes.
Okay, even slower than that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I just realized that when I do that without really thinking about it, I didn't keep this note on between the slide and the bend in the bass. And it was because I didn't want to hear it keep ringing. I wanted to hear this. Here to hit that is again. Notice that this note does not ring. As opposed to this.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound as good.
Yeah.
So we do want to kill this note, meaning take it off and put it back down again.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like I'm taking it off as I'm doing the bend, which makes the bend easier. It's hard if you've got two notes on and you bend one of them, you're going to bend the other one too, probably.
Yeah.
And so if that note's ringing and now we bend it partly out of tune, we've just added all kinds of bad noise.
Right.
Yeah. So, that's what we want that to sound like.
Okay. Okay.
Really cool. I forgot how neat, how cool this little lick is in there. And nothing else tricky happens otherwise you're just strumming the song, right? I mean,
there's a fill that there's a fill in the verse that replaces just part of that EBA thing, where you're up here. I want to say, is that right? That might be the wrong. We're up here with a D shape. Oh. It's sort of this.
Yeah, is that in the tab here somewhere?
See it.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Sorry, it is. It's line 2. It's after the double measure repeat sign.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So all that is. Oh, that's really cool. It's changed the accents in the rhythm,
Yeah.
and we're hearing high notes now. We were hearing only middle notes before, and so there might be an easier way to do that. Okay, that is tricky fingering with your left hand to get those chords. And what might be a better way to play that, this voicing up here is from the D family, right?
Yeah.
But then, which on one hand, that would be a good, you don't actually need the note. If you don't hit the 4th string, the top 2 strings are the most important thing here.
Yeah.
As long as you don't get the 4th string open in there, it'd be okay to shorten it to that.
Okay.
And you could even finger it like a normal D chord. And then the B, so you could do it that way.
Yeah.
For the B chord, you're not going to be able to do this and get that clean, right? We're accepting that, right? But you could play the top. Yes, that's what I was just going to say. And then it's the whole A. So see, if you. Yeah. Now, notice that each of those starts after the beat. So now instead of something happening before, like say if you're looking at that B, it comes in on the and of 3. So like on the E chord, we've got 1 and 2 and nothing. 3 is the rest.
Right. Okay.
And then the B comes in, so they start with ups. Right? So both the B and the A start with ups after missing a strong beat. Strong beats are 1 and 3.
Yeah. So.
Oh no, so it's got to be an up.
Huh?
It's got to be an up. The bass, right? You hit. You got to catch that E chord as an up because it's the and of 1. And then miss the down and catch the B chord, the B on the up.
I missed the down, right, and then we hit.
And then the same thing on the A. Right.
Down.
Right. Yeah, and then there's another 2 strokes on that A chord, another up and a down, dum to finish the measure. Almost upside down on the last 2.
Okay.
Oh, he's up down at the end.
Oh.
Yeah. See, then it fits right into the motion. Make sense? In other words, see, on the A chord, we've got a rest on 1.
Right.
Then and 2 and, rest on 3, and then and 4. Yeah.
Okay, so.
That was one more stroke than it said. You don't need an up at the end. It just ends with a quarter note.
Okay, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I got that.
So on all 3 of those chords, you're really only playing the top 3 strings.
Yep.
And that makes each of those chord shapes. On the A, you can play them all, because by the time you get to A, you've got them all down. So that you can be bigger on the A chord.
Okay.
Yeah. And earlier in the song, we were playing the A's with the 1-finger bar. You can't do that here because you need the 1st and 2nd strings clean.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's not an option here.
Yeah. Yeah. You need those. Okay.
Now, one little sideline, just as if you want to maybe a cool side project, is the 3 notes you're playing here on the E chord, and the 3 you're playing on the B chord. and then even the 3 that are on the A chord could all be moved one string lower and take the first string out of the equation, and they might be easier to play. So that was the exact same notes,
Yeah.
shifted from the first 3 strings to the second 3 strings. And it will make for easier shapes if you want to.
Okay.
And even if you end up not playing it that way, this just be a good little sideline piece of homework.
Okay. Good. Okay.
Because these chord shapes or triad shapes that we're playing on the top 3 strings can absolutely be done on the second set of strings, and there'll be shapes that you should recognize when you figure them out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good homework. All right. I'll do that.
Oh, I'll see you in 2 weeks then. Again, it sounds like, huh?
2 weeks. Yeah. 2 weeks. Great. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. This is fun.
Yeah.